It was a cool autumn evening when Jack and his friends, Sam and Mike, decided to explore the old, abandoned playground on the outskirts of town. They had heard countless stories about it being haunted, but none of them truly believed in ghosts. It was all just a fun, thrilling adventure to them. "Come on, guys, it's getting dark. Let's see what's so scary about this place," Jack urged, leading the way. The playground was a relic from the past, with rusted swings, a broken merry-go-round, and a dilapidated slide. The eerie creaking of the metal structures swaying in the wind added to the unsettling atmosphere. The boys laughed nervously as they ventured deeper into the playground. "Look at that," Sam pointed to an old, cracked seesaw. "Wonder how many kids played on this before it got abandoned." "Probably a lot," Mike said, kicking a stone. "I heard they closed this place down because of some accident." "Yeah, right," Jack scoffed. "It's just a story to keep kids away." As they walked further, Jack noticed a small, tattered notebook lying in the grass. He picked it up and dusted it off. The cover was faded, but it seemed like a child's diary. Intrigued, Jack opened it. "Hey, guys, check this out," Jack called to his friends. "It's a diary. Looks pretty old." The first few pages were filled with childish drawings and entries about playing on the swings and slides. But as Jack flipped through the pages, the entries grew darker. There were mentions of a strange man who would watch the children from the trees, and then the entries abruptly stopped. "This is creepy," Sam said, peering over Jack's shoulder. "Maybe we should leave." "Come on, it's just a diary," Jack said, but he couldn't shake off the unease creeping up his spine. "Let's explore a bit more, and then we'll go." They continued walking, but the atmosphere grew heavier. The wind picked up, and the trees surrounding the playground seemed to close in on them. Jack felt an inexplicable urge to look back, and when he did, he saw a shadowy figure standing near the old slide. "Did you see that?" Jack whispered, his voice trembling. "See what?" Mike asked, turning around. "There was someone by the slide," Jack insisted. "You're imagining things," Sam said, but he too looked uneasy. Jack's heart raced as they walked towards the slide. The figure was gone, but Jack couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. As they approached the slide, they heard a faint whisper, like a child's voice carried by the wind. Leave, did you hear that?" Mike asked, his face pale. "Yeah," Jack said. "We should go." They turned to leave, but the playground seemed different, almost like it was alive. The path they came from was no longer visible, swallowed by the darkness. Panic set in as they realized they were lost. "This can't be happening," Sam said, his voice shaking. "We need to find a way out." Jack tried to stay calm. "Okay, let's stick together and keep moving. There has to be a way out." As they walked, the whispers grew louder, more insistent. The shadows seemed to move, closing in on them. Jack felt a cold hand brush against his arm and turned to see a ghostly figure of a child, eyes hollow and pleading. "Help us," the child whispered. Jack stumbled back, his heart pounding. "Did you see that?" "See what?" Sam asked, looking around frantically. "A child." "Right there," Jack pointed, but the figure was gone. "This place is messing with our heads," Mike said. "We need to get out of here, now." They quickened their pace, but the playground seemed to stretch endlessly, trapping them in its nightmarish grip. The whispers became screams, echoing in their ears. Jack could see shadows of children, all with the same hollow eyes, reaching out to them. "Help us find him." Jack's mind raced. "Find who?" The man in the trees," a voice whispered. "Guys, we need to find that man," Jack said, though he didn't know why he felt compelled to do so. "What man?" Sam asked, panic in his voice. "The one from the diary. The one the kids mentioned," Jack explained. "I think he's the key to getting out of here." They followed the whispers, which led them to the edge of the playground, where the trees stood like sentinels. In the darkness, they saw the outline of a man, watching them with cold, unfeeling eyes. "Who are you?" Jack shouted, his voice breaking. The man didn't respond but simply pointed deeper into the forest. Desperate, the boys followed his direction, and soon they found themselves on the familiar path that led back to town. The playground was behind them, silent and still. "Did that really happen?" Mike asked, his voice trembling. "I don't know," Jack said, clutching the diary. "But I think those kids were trapped there, and that man was the reason." They never spoke of that night again, but the memory haunted them. Jack kept the diary, a reminder of the forgotten playground and the spirits they encountered. and every time he passed by the edge of town, he couldn't help but look towards the trees, wondering if the man was still there, watching and waiting.